You know, I'm happy to be back. First off, welcome back. I checked my thing the other day and it said I got 8 subscribers. The last time I checked that I had 3. So I'm sorry that I done forgot to mention that. All 8 of my subscribers, I love y'all. You know what I'm saying? Y'all like brothers and sisters to me. Y'all like motherfuckers is like big homies, if you will. I love y'all motherfuckers, man. I appreciate y'all for subscribing to the channel, bro. Helping us grow. I love that. I fuck with that. I truly mean that. I love that from the bottom of my heart. That's big to me. You know what I'm saying? Like some people be like, oh, it's only 8 subscribers. Yeah, I gotta start somewhere, motherfucker. And there goes the first cuss word. I haven't even been a minute in. But listen, man, I'm happy to be here, bro. Because we got a lot to talk about. I don't even think that this is the playoff prediction episode. Matter of fact, this is not going to be the playoff prediction episode. And I'm going to tell you something. I did not come into this episode knowing which episode it would be. So, not knowing which episode it would be, but not knowing what if I was going to do the predictions this episode, or if I was going to do something else, man. How y'all doing, man? How are y'all doing, bro? Thank you for kicking it with me tonight. I'm recording this tonight. I record every night. Anytime you hear me, just know these bad boys was usually recorded at night. It's a few ones that I do during the day, but most of the time these are nighttime things. Now, obviously, one day I don't want somebody. I told y'all you gotta act in a manner that you would if you was already big. So that's the only thing. I understand I blow up one day, possibly. I could be, I have to do this during the day. Because, I've been looking at some people. I like to observe people, how they got rich, how they hit how they found they calling and shit. And I really think it's enough money out there for everybody. That's not the conversation, though. The thing is, I look at people, right? And I see, like, what they do to get on. And I'm like, that's cool, but that's not like... And it's not me hating. I'm like, that's not really sustainable for me, for what I'm trying to get done. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to tell y'all right now, this episode going to have a lot of smoke pauses. I don't know why I said that twice. Because I have not smoked in 2 days, yo. I've been trapped in because of this fucking snow, bro. I'm in Winston-Salem. I got trapped at my mom's crib. I told y'all this. I got trapped at my mom's crib. I came over here Sunday. It's Wednesday. I have not left because we have been snowed in, trapped. Shit's absolutely ridiculous, bro. I told y'all last episode, I hate the snow. And that shit still ain't changed, bro. Listen, my whole neighborhood, or my mom's neighborhood, I guess, that shit was basically an ice rink. Like, you could go ice skating in this motherfucker. An ice skating rink. That's what it was. Like, the complex I stay at, and I said this multiple times, I believe, they clean that shit up the next day. I'm down here in their neighborhood, and they don't hit this shit at all. I see cars sliding down the hills in this neighborhood, which, mind you, I done drove in this neighborhood my whole life, right? I grew up in this neighborhood. I done drove in the neighborhood. I done been to the neighborhood multiple times. I come through all the time. I did not realize it was a street in my neighborhood that was basically a fucking hill. And I'm looking at multiple cars slide down this motherfucking hill. Sideways, all types of shit. And I'm thinking to myself, what could make somebody who know they don't got that type of traction on their shit try to get up this ice skating rink? That was my thoughts the first day. Come day 3, I was like, they knew that this fucking roads wasn't getting done, that they was gonna have to do it. It was ridiculous. And I'm not happy about it. My mom's car got stuck in a ditch because my truck was sitting over here and it died. The battery just died. And it's like it legitimately, I watched it power down. My lights started to get dim in my car. I was like, what the fuck? The headlights started to get hella dim. I'm like, wait a minute. A red dot start popping up on my thing. Now for those, nobody know because I didn't tell them. But I got a dashboard, like all the icons that pop up on your dashboard, what they mean. I got that shit saved on my phone and know what them shits mean. Somebody posted it on Twitter one day and I was like, this will be very useful in the future. It wasn't. Most of the shit that be popping up on my dash ain't even on the fucking car, so figure that. But it's good for other people as that goes. But my mom's car got stuck in a fucking ditch because we was trying it. And when I say a ditch, the ditch is in her backyard, bro. And mind you, we didn't even know that this was a ditch because she got a lot of rocks and stuff in her backyard. Like she got it. Her backyard is basically where she park all her cars and shit, right? But it's very narrow based on like how you gotta get out, because you gotta back up, go for it, back up. It's a lot that you gotta do. She should have just got the whole backyard area turned into a driveway. Like she should have extended it. She just cut off like a square. You know, she sectioned off a parking lot when she should have probably just went all the way through, but that costs a lot of money. So I get that. But as we got these like what do you call them, speed bumps, but that's not what it is. It's like when you go to Walmart or a big convenience store and they got those little things in the parking lot where you park your car so your shit don't roll forward if you accidentally forget to put it in park. She got 3 of them shits out here, and we got him over the thing. We bringing it over to my truck to try to get it jumped, and her front tires get stuck in 2 fucking ditches. Mind you, we trying to get this shit out, right? And the ditches just get bigger and deeper and deeper and deeper, bro. So first off, I was panicking because I'm like, oh my fucking god, bro, my mama's car I legit just got her fucking shit trapped in this thing. And so I don't even tell her yet. I'm not bullshitting with you. I spent a whole day trying to get this fucking van out of these 2 out of the ditch, right? Because it's not really in a ditch. It's like the front of her car sit too low, and then the 2 tires got stuck in like the snow. Like it got stuck in these 2. So you know what a 2 tires is. Imagine the 2 tires start sinking into the ground like it's quicksand or something. Okay, it was 2 ditches that was right there that legitimately I drove right into, that I did not know was there. But they was 2 ditches. The same and so I drove into it, and it's really just one big ass ditch, but you don't know it until you drive on it. And so I drove in it, and both of my tires, I feel the front of the car start to sink down. I get out the car after like a couple minutes of trying to figure out why the fuck this shit ain't moving, and I'm scraping snow and shit. I'm thinking like it's the snow, but I was like, man, I just drove over some fucking snow. Why would this be the snow? It took me about an hour to realize, yo, the fucking tires is stuck in a ditch. Like I done created 2 ditches. Bro, I brought the mechanic over here this morning, right? He came over this morning when the roads was finally some semblance of, the roads outside of my neighborhood was fine. I figured that out today when I just said fuck it when I finally got a car up and going. But our neighborhood was still iced up like a fucking watch. Anyways, I'm looking at the 2 tires, right, and they already buried in these 2 self-made ditches, I guess you could call them at this point, because I'm making these shits way worse than they already was, because I'm grinding this shit. And all I'm saying, you know the worst thing, you stuck when mud just start flying every fucking where. The snow looked disgusting. I might take a picture of it and post it so y'all can see what I'm talking about, bro. Like, dead ass. There's no shame. For one, it's very hard for me to be like, this ain't one of them things where you show and they like, oh, bro, you nasty. Motherfucker, this nature. I don't know what you think I'm supposed to be able to do about this, baby. Baby. But listen. I'm not happy about it. So the mechanic get here this morning. I'm telling him the situation. He bring a flatbed for some fucking reason to pull my truck. Don't understand why he did that, because I deal with these people a lot. Well, my mama do. And so they smarter than this. So I don't know why he brought the fucking flatbed. So that was the first thing. He come over this morning. He realized he can't get the flatbed to the back of our shit, because it's this hill that they need to find a way to chop down, to be honest with you. But either way, it's too big to fit through the drive area that most cars can and vehicles can come through. Even though his shit could have got back here, because the flatbed could have made it back here. It's the twisting and turning that the flatbed wouldn't have been able to do. Because you got 2 cars that's dead and one that's sitting in a fucking ditch. So the dude come up and he like, man, let me see if I can get it out of there. And he a Mexican American, and so he don't sound nothing like what I'm sounding like, but I don't feel like trying to voice because that's racist. But my man's tried to. It's not racist, bro. I was just joking. But I'm not gonna put on some goofy ass Mexican accent to try to imitate. Nah, not that. That's not my flow. That's not my flow. Anyways, he get into the shit. He like, let me see what I can do. Now I already know what's about to happen. Like I do kinda, anytime you're around a professional, you have to give them the benefit of the doubt. That's the thing. If you're around a professional, just give that motherfucker the benefit of the doubt. So I'm thinking to myself, I couldn't get this out of this ditch, but he a professional. Maybe he can. I was fighting against my fucking, what I really thought I was fighting against. Because in my mind, at first, I was like, there's no fucking way you getting this out of this fucking. So what y'all gotta understand, I'm a realist. When I realize some shit, I'm like, okay, what's the reality of the situation? And the reality of the situation was, this motherfucking car is not getting out of the ditch on its own driving power. This is going to have to be pulled out of this ditch. And so the worst part is it wasn't in a ditch. The two front tires were in ditches. And so now you got to understand the water that's melting off of my mom's car, which I don't even know where the fucking ice was at because there was no ice or snow on her car. But for some reason, the shit was leaking water nonstop in the areas of which the tires were submerged. So now not only is they in ditches with mud everywhere and the tires all muddied up and shit, it is water in these two ditches that is legitimately filled up and this is how deep the ditches was. Half of the fucking tire was under water in the ditch. Half of the fucking tire were in ditches submerged halfway in water. So I called my aunt and I was like, yo, these people taking a long time to get back. It's no way something bad gonna happen to this car, right? Because of these two front tires. Like I'm thinking to myself, like, these shit's gonna pop, or what's gonna happen with these shits submerged in water. I'm an idiot. I was overthinking it. I hadn't had a smoke yet today, a blunt. I don't want to say smoke because I don't want motherfuckers thinking I'm smoking cigarettes. But so once we finally but also when he did this shit, like I was saying, you gotta let professionals be professionals. I let this motherfucker be a professional, and he professionally did the same dumb shit that I did. Just made the ditches worse. But he made them way worse than I made them. Because, see, I was pissed off, and I kept quitting, going away, coming back, quitting, going away, coming back. That motherfucker went full ham on it this morning. And I said, man, what the fuck? But he didn't care, because he a professional. He knew he was going to end up fixing the problem ultimately. I should have had faith in this motherfucker. But I was so stressed. That's the thing. The pressure of the moment, the situation, all right there was pissing me off. You know what I'm saying? Moms was mad. I was mad. You know what I'm saying? It was a bad situation. This where we got to learn to be cool-headed, cool, calm, and collected. I be hearing people say that shit all the time. And I'm rarely ever cool, calm, and collected when it comes to certain issues that pertain to me. But most of the time with everything else, no, I'm pretty chill motherfucker. Like, I think I'm a pretty chill motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? I don't bother too many people. What? I don't bother too many people. What? I mind my business. What? Hey, we back with the Stone Cold Impressions, baby. Listen, we ain't talked a lick of fucking football yet. A lick. We 13 minutes in. Ain't talked about football yet. Beautiful. Because this is what we got to get used to when the season ends. Because the NBA, bro, is not it. I'm not going to... I don't want to say that. I could possibly... I'm not going to just do football. I want to get into a variety of sports. But it's very hard for me to watch the NBA nowadays. It's just very hard to watch the NBA nowadays. This episode, bro... Kicking it with Saint. I am your host, Saint. Took me 13 minutes, 14 minutes to get into that. Damn near 15. I appreciate y'all for joining me, man. Some people like, this motherfucker a whole 10 minutes in and he just not saying that. Like, subscribe, share. You dig? Hey, listen. Listen, I saw a picture of one of my homies that I went to high school with, named Jaron Foster. I don't really like to name drop people. Yet, when I blow up one day, I'm gonna be name dropping everybody because I want people to get rich. So any way I can help people get on, I'm going to. You know what I'm saying? Especially if I like them. Like, I fucked with Jaron heavy. That's one of the... I saw a picture of him the other day, and I was like, man, that's one of the coolest motherfuckers I done ever grew up with. Like, you gotta understand, when I walk into a room, I usually think I'm the coolest motherfucker in the room. That's just how I'm built. Like, not no cool as in a high school cool, like, oh, I'm cooler than you. I just always feel like I'm one of the chillest, calmest motherfuckers you ever gonna meet. Like, dead ass. And I done had multiple people throughout my life be like, man, you just a cool motherfucker. And I'm like, yeah, man. Like, I listened to Jay-Z growing up, baby. But listen, I don't know why I got so much Kawhi in my heart right now. But what was we talking about? You see, this is what I'm talking about. This is what? This is what I'm talking about. Listen, let's talk about some of these issues in the NFL. Dak Prescott, bro, he said he recanted his statement on the NFL refs. I saw this thing that said NBA refs wasn't happy with Dak Prescott. The NBA refs should mind their fucking business and think about and worry about doing their job. Worry about y'all. You know what I'm saying? Get out of Dak Prescott's mouth. Worry about yourself. Y'all doing a horrific job. Worry about yourselves. Can't stand NBA referees, man. I'm gonna tell you something else that's really been funny to me lately. I be on Twitter. That's like the only social media I work with right now, or I'm home. Maybe I'll get on some other shit. Like, I have a Facebook account. I just never get on that shit. Ever. Like, ever. Ever. Hey, baby! Listen. I'm not mad at that. Did you just hear that shit? Dak, forgive me. I ain't mad at Dak, bro. Sometimes it be like that. Yeah, the reports. See, this is what people gotta understand. When these athletes put their foot in their mouth, it's usually because y'all goofy ass motherfuckers asked them something coming off of a loss. Like, motherfuckers was mad at Cam Newton because he did not like getting interviewed and talking about losing the Super Bowl, and he had the winning team interviewing right behind him. Like, how fucking stupid can the NFL be? $1 billion corporation, by the way. Like, if you show, and you done probably heard this quote by a shit ton of people. This ain't me creating this quote. You done heard this from other people, or maybe you haven't. I have no clue. I do not live your life. Apologies. But show me a good loser, and I'll show you show me a good loser, and I will show you a fucking loser. If you see somebody that's okay with losing, is happy in losing, who never complain about losing, who always chill, cool in losing, then that is a loser. Because winners do not like losing. I don't care what winner you are, bro. I don't care how great you articulate yourself. I don't care how professional you can be in interviews and shit like that. Winners hate losing. Winners hate losing big games even more. Listen, I done played sports my entire life. Any game of importance, because that's why I never understand why people say it's just another game. It's not, though, motherfucker. Like rivalry games, playoff games, spotlight games, big matchup games. These are not just other games. Yeah, they might be another game on the fucking schedule, but it holds more importance than if you was playing against the fucking Jags. Even if that's a divisional game, unless you're the Colts and you need to get in the playoffs and you need to beat the Jags to win, to get in, and you just lay an egg. Like, is Carson Wentz the answer? I would give him another season. I'm not going to lie to you. I would give him another season. He stayed healthy for the majority of this season. It's the first time in a minute he done been able to do that. I probably would give him another season. I do not think Carson Wentz is the answer. But the problem with Carson Wentz is we done seen the man play at an MVP level. And when you see somebody playing at MVP level, you always had that just hope that, like, he could get back to it somehow. Because he's not even old. It'd be different if he was old. He ain't even old. The man's still a young man. A young man. So, Carson Wentz is a weird situation. I saw something on Twitter the other day where this dude was like, one day we're going to have a conversation about how people make all these excuses in the world for Phillip Rivers, Matthew Stafford, and it was another fucking quarterback, bruh. And Baker Mayfield. No, it wasn't Baker, because it was 3 older quarterbacks. It was Phillip Rivers, Matthew Stafford. Bruh, who is another fucking quarterback that just does nothing in the playoffs, bruh? I cannot remember that other fucking quarterback. I gotta go look at the tweet. But he said one day we're gonna have a conversation about how they got those passes and all those excuses, but how people just absolutely obliterate Kyler for losing in the playoffs. Like, I already done told you, I don't think Kyler Murray is a franchise quarterback. I don't think I said that last episode, but I'm saying that now. I do not think Kyler is a franchise quarterback, and I've basically been hinting at that, and I like Kyler. And the reason I'm holding out for Kyler is because, no, I have not seen him play at the MVP level. And I was watching Colin Cowherd the other day, and his numbers is damn near close to Baker's numbers. Like, they almost identical. So you would think that I would be calling him trash too. But it's not that I'm calling him trash. I realized that his numbers was close to Baker's. I said it on a podcast before that Colin hadn't even mentioned that. I had already, on the show, I told you we rebranded. I already had said that I thought I was starting to realize Kyler was getting closer to, like, he played his best season. It's when I told y'all that when you take their worst season and their best season, I was like, Kyler kind of confusing because he kind of like Baker, where he don't have a season that was so much greater than his worst season, because all of his seasons pretty much the same. Not to mention, Kyler has not played a full season yet. And this is his 4th year. And one of the things that's really starting to bother me is people comparing him to Lamar Jackson somehow. When for one, I get tired of people comparing anybody to Lamar, because to me, when you look at this young crop of quarterbacks, it's only one quarterback out of the young quarterbacks that I would take over Lamar Jackson. You give me the perfect situation for all these quarterbacks. If you give me the perfect situation, the perfect receivers, the running game good, the coach good, the perfect situation, all I need is to take one of these quarterbacks, young quarterbacks. The only one I'm taking over Lamar is Patrick Mahomes. That's the only one. It's Patrick Mahomes, Lamar Jackson, and then Josh Allen. And everybody else can fall with it. And then it's Justin Herbert. Then everybody else can fall where they will. But I'm not taking any other quarterback that's a young quarterback not named Patrick Mahomes over Lamar Jackson. And I'm tired of people shitting on this man's accomplishments and trying to dumb his career down to playoff games. When you tried to cap for Kyler Murray all these years and the motherfucker just made the playoffs, not to mention, he lost. And I don't want to get on here and hate on Kyler, but it's so many people who go to bat for Kyler. Like, I watched Ryan Clark said that he would take Kyler Murray over Lamar, and he thought that Ravens would win the Super Bowl. That would be a Super Bowl contender team if they had Kyler Murray. How can you say something like that when this motherfucker has weapons and he ain't made a playoff yet? Oh, I know what you want to do, but he ain't got John Harbaugh. So fucking what? If you are a great quarterback, bro, you can make up for bad coaching unless it's Urban Meyer or you are a rookie. But Lamar Jackson got thrown into the fire. He wasn't even supposed to start his rookie year. We were under 500 when he got thrown into the fire. Made the playoffs. Came in the next year with a full year, full offseason. MVP unanimously. Only 2 of those exist. Tom Brady, the GOAT, and Lamar Jackson. Year after that, took him to the playoffs again. Won a playoff game. For some reason, though, what people want to dumb his career down to, basically, is that he's not won a Super Bowl. But the man's only started 2 full seasons before this season, basically. So, I just, it's hard for me to understand the Lamar Jackson hate. It is. Because I'm one of them people, when I see greatness, I know greatness. I respect greatness. Aaron Donald, great. Justin Herbert, great. Mahomes, great. Lamar Jackson, great. I do not understand why people think it's a Baltimore bias to think Lamar Jackson is a great quarterback. Lamar Jackson is a damn great quarterback who can make all the throws in the book. I've seen him do it. And that's my problem. People give so many excuses to quarterbacks who have not reached the heights of a Lamar Jackson, but people getting at Lamar for a team achievement. Lamar can't win his team the Super Bowl by himself. This ain't basketball. And even LeBron James couldn't beat the Warriors without help. That's how it goes. The Warriors can't beat LeBron James without help. Everybody needs help. Michael needed Scotty. Peyton needed them weapons he had. Tom needed that defense and the coach of his guys. Eli needed them defensive guys. For some reason, y'all motherfuckers don't get it. You don't get it. These fans are crazy. You cannot praise all these other quarterbacks for individual awards and individual accolades and just say fuck Lamar Jackson's individual accolades. He haven't accomplished a team accolade. What? How does that work? That's why I get pissed when I get on TV. When I get on TV. When I see motherfuckers on TV and they like, oh, Lamar Jackson, I can't pick him because of this and this and this. And it's always dealing with the playoffs. And I'm like, what are you talking about? That's a team achievement. Y'all boosting up all these other quarterbacks off of their personal achievements. Baker Mayfield's team was great. But for some reason, motherfuckers keep saying he the one who got them to the playoffs last year. Ben Roethlisberger started the game with a turnover, and for some reason people think Baker the reason they blew out the Steelers in that playoff game. Make it make sense. I don't get it. Like the Lamar Jackson hate, bro, it's pathetic. It's pathetic. And I don't like it. And I said what I said. He's better than Kyler Murray. He's better than Josh Allen. He's better than, I'm not going to go through the names. Name any young quarterback. I'm taking Lamar Jackson over that motherfucker in the perfect situations. Hell, I don't even need the perfect situations. That's what's funny. Because Lamar Jackson ain't never had the perfect situation on offense. He is the perfect situation. Motherfucker, you talking about the team? I am the team. So, like I said, if a motherfucking name ain't Patrick Mahomes, bro, I'm not taking him over Lamar Jackson, bro. All Lamar Jackson hate should stop. Because if you hating on Lamar Jackson at this point in time, you're a bitch. That's it. It is what it is. You're a bitch. And if I tweet that to you on Twitter, they're going to delete my account or suspend me for like the 15th fucking time. So you got to hear it right here. You're a bitch. Greatness is greatness. I'm tired of y'all hating on that, man. You got dude Wiles calling Mac Jones baby goat. I don't get it. And like I said, I don't like it. I don't like that shit more than I don't like this snow. Nah, yeah, they battle on the same level. Because snow probably top 10 things I hate in life. Probably top 5. Because I don't hate a lot of things. I'm not that type of person that got a list of all the things I hate. Oh, man, I hate this. Why? I hate this. Why? I hate this. Why? And I hate this, too. Why? That Stone Cold shit just be popping up on you, bro. What? But listen. What else we talking about? I see Mike Mayock just got fired. Yo, the weird thing about the Mike Hart. Pause. The one thing about Mike, I just forgot the man's name. The one thing about Mike Mayock is this. I don't know why that's how I started that. Hold up, man. I'm tripping. Mike Mayock should have got fired. For one, I understand he was Gruden's guy, blah, 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 blah. The fact of the matter is he was clearly getting better as a GM. Now he's going to be able to put his fingerprints on draft picks because Gruden was the one drafting those dudes. We already know that. Gruden was the man. Now, Mike Mayock should have remained their GM. I would have given Mike Mayock at least another 2 years. At least 2 more years. There's GMs who've done worse that get more time. Look at Chicago. they finally fired that motherfucker. When in actuality, he should have been fired the moment he took Mitchell Trubisky over Deshaun Watson. That's how I know these owners ain't shit. How can you be an owner that care about winning and to care about this team, but you sit back and let your GM outthink himself, overthink, and you let that motherfucker take Mitchell Trubisky, a dude who had only started, 4 games in college, not to mention at North Carolina, UNC, great basketball school. My favorite college basketball team. And I know y'all like, man, I thought you said you don't like college sports. I don't. But I grew up watching UNC. So that's my favorite college basketball team. All right. Do that motherfucker Calipari still coach over there with Kentucky? I don't know. I haven't watched Kentucky in years. I haven't watched UNC since we lost since we won that national championship. Marcus Page got hold, bro. That was supposed to be a moment that lived in infamy, bro. I almost cried after that motherfucker hit that game-winning shot. After Marcus Page had just hit his game-winning shot. Like, Jordan was there. He threw his hands up. Bro, y'all don't understand how mad. I legit to this day hate Gonzaga. For the simple... What team was it that beat us? It wasn't Gonzaga, bro. It was Villanova. I hate Villanova to this day. Like, that's one... Villanova is a top 5 things that I hate. I hate Villanova, bro, because of how that shit ended. Like, they ruined one of the best moments in my life, bro. That what could have possibly been one of the greatest moments in my life. Like, it was perfect, bro. Michael Jordan was there. Marcus Page, one of my favorite college players of all time. I love Marcus Page. I hate that motherfucker couldn't make it in the NBA, bro. He was drafted to the wrong team, bro. Anytime a player like him, man, I make excuses for Marcus Page for days, bro. I don't give a fuck nobody say, bro. That's my guy. I love Marcus Page, bro. Marcus Page is my favorite UNC player all time, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? I used to write that motherfucker's number on my, you can ask my homies. I used to love that motherfucker Marcus Page. I would write that motherfucker's quotes and shit and his number and his name on my shirts and shit. I love Marcus Page, bro. And when he hit that shot, bro, I was like, my boy got his moment, his shining moment, bro. He just won us a natty, bro. Like, this is everything. Jordan here, his hand, and the motherfucker come down court and hit the game-winning shot, bro. Bro, I was sick, bro. Like, that shit legit broke my heart, bro. It's few things in sports that I can think of that really broke my heart when it come to my teams. That broke my heart, bro. Like, I was legit. I think I actually shed a tear. I probably shed a thug tear, bro. Because I couldn't believe it, bro. I was stunned. Like, I'm talking about Seahawk fans when Russ threw that interception in the Super Bowl. I'm speechless. Speechless. Mind you, me and my brother watched that game together in Campbell. If y'all could have seen this man's reaction, bro. Yo, this motherfucker, my brother Low, this motherfucker went ham. He lost his marbles. He was not happy that they lost that game. He was not happy that they lost that fucking game, bro. I wasn't either, because we love Marshawn. Me and him love Marshawn. And we love fucking Richard Sherman, bro. That's our guy. Me and him love both of them. See, that's the thing about me and my brother. That's why we love each other like we do, bro. Because we are winners, bro. And we understand it. We got the winning mindset. See, all the hate that people have for Richard Sherman and shit. See, my brother love him because he back it up. You damn right. It'd be different if he talking that shit and he wasn't backing it up. He backed it up. We just love them type of motherfuckers. And our favorite quote. Everybody created equal. Some motherfuckers just work harder in the off season. Oh. Every time we he be like, what is it? Hey, everybody created equal. Some just work a little bit harder in the off season. Hey, dangerous shit right there, bro. I'm getting that tattooed on me. I need to ask him, we need to get matching tattoos, Lo. We need to get that on us, bro. Pause. We need to get that tatted on us, bro. Dead ass. We need to get that done. He living in Memphis right now, so. With his lovely wife, Brianna. Shout out to them. But What's some more shit going on in sports? Anyways, back to Mike Mayock, actually. Back to the Raiders. Mike Mayock shouldn't have got fired. I want to finish that thought. Mike Mayock shouldn't have got fired. I thought Mike Mayock, for one, was just a puppet for the first couple years because John Gruden. But Mike Mayock, even with that, was doing a pretty good job, really. Not to mention, Mike Mayock didn't cause no problems. John Gruden shit wasn't on Mike Mayock. Like, I feel like he's being punished because of Gruden, and I don't like that. I really don't like that. And I understand that you might want a different head coach. Well, let him find a new head coach. And then they will be tied at the hip. And boom. Like, Mike Mayock has not done anything flagrantly bad to have lost his job, in my opinion. Like, I don't think Mike Mayock made a decision that was so just outrageously bad. Like, maybe trading Khalil Mack, but look at Khalil Mack right now. And Khalil Mack, I promise you, Khalil Mack, as great as he is, ain't changing them Raiders defenses. Trading Amari Cooper, I can't even really be mad at them for that, even though I wouldn't have traded Amari. The reason I can't be mad is because Amari was coming off of some rough seasons. Now, I'm a big component in I don't understand how guys can't have an off season, like a bad, like not an off season as in like the off season. Why I can't just have a bad season, like a down year? That's why I respect the Cowboys for not trading Zeke through some of his down years, even though his numbers done basically went down every year. I respect them for not trading. Now, granted, he getting paid a lot of money, so it would be hard to trade him anyways. But I just think he a staple in Dallas right now. Let the man try to find his juice. It ain't costing y'all nothing, man. Well, Dallas already got a great team. Dallas got to learn how to be winners. I think Dallas got the pieces. Now you got to learn how to win. It's one thing to beat bad teams. It's another thing when you got to play great teams on a regular basis, which they're going to play more good teams next year because of their record this year. When you learn how to beat those teams on a consistent basis, your game just go to another level. I can't explain it. When you built through that type of fire. I was watching a promo when they was talking a WWE video package. They got the best video packages in any industry. They was doing a Bobby Lashley and a Brock Lesnar video package, and they was talking about how they was both forged in fire and brimstone and all that other shit. Hey yo, I saw what's my man name? Bruce Buffer's dad. I think that's his dad. Who said, let's get ready, or whatever the fuck it was, at the Raiders game. I think he did that. Whatever game he did it at, he either did it on Monday night in the Rams game. It was the Rams game he did it at. Hey, he might be the OG and whatnot, but motherfucker Bruce got him baked. That motherfucker Bruce is the greatest voice as far as, and now, like that motherfucker be going crazy, bro. That motherfucker Bruce is a goat. I get chills listening to this motherfucker introduce fighters, bro. Chills, bro. Like, Bruce Buffer is a fucking goat, bro. And speaking of the UFC, since we're talking about it, Jorge Masvidal, I saw Chael Sonnen on his show, I think it's called Bad Guy. I'm not sure. I don't watch the show. I just saw a clip of it the other day. Because the way my shit work is, like, I get suggested topics and articles and shit that get sent to me in all type of ways. Maybe it's from Google, maybe it's from Twitter, maybe it's from, all type of ways I be having, man, y'all know how the cookies go. And so I think this one was from Google. It was like, that's basically where the fucking article was at. Basically, where it showed me Chael Sonnen talking about Masvidal. But Masvidal is fighting. I'm so happy that this happened, because originally Masvidal was supposed to fight Leon Edwards, and I'm like, man, I understand Leon probably deserved to have this fight and whatever, and I understand that he got punched in the back, but Leon don't really build up this fight the way as if he give a fuck, and maybe he really do give a fuck, but I mean, Leon gotta understand that. It's like I say for wrestlers, bro. Being able to wrestle in the ring is not gonna make you a great wrestler. That's just part of being a great wrestler. If you don't know how to articulate yourself on the mic, if you don't know how to tell a story, if you don't know how to get people, drawn into what you're saying, then you're not going to be a great wrestler, or you're not going to be great for a TV company. Let me put it like for a network television when they're trying to sell you stories, which is what wrestling is. That's why I don't understand. Wrestling for years has not been about what happens only in the ring. That's why most of the time when you're looking at video packages, it ain't just in the ring where they showing them motherfuckers wrestle. They might show you spots, but usually motherfuckers is cutting promos and shit. That's what sells stories, because people talk to you. The Rock and Stone Cold, you had to pick a side. They could talk so great on the mic. They sold you stories. That's what wrestling is. That's the beauty in it. That's why I don't understand. Anytime somebody tell you, oh, wrestling fake, and the Real Houses of Hollywood and all that bullshit is real, and Avatar is real, and Marvel Avengers. I saw Spider-Man flying around town the other day. Actually, I saw Spider-Man twerking on a pole, and I saw fucking Iron Man flying through the sky the other day. Fuck, Stormbreaker. I might even saw that motherfucker fall down here somewhere the other day. It's like fucking bozos, bro. I just don't get it. If you don't like wrestling, just say you don't like wrestling and move on, bro. Don't even explain it, because most of the time we already know what your reason is. Cause it's fake. We get it. We get it. Do us a favor. Grow the fuck up. Appreciate. But with Mike Mayock hopping all the way back to that Raiders situation, because it's not even Mike. Oh, no. Fuck that situation real fast. I gotta keep on with this UFC situation. So, back to Leon Edwards. So, even though Leon Edwards and Jorge might have been the fight, it could have been a good fight, whatever. Leon probably deserved that fight. Don't care. Leon gotta learn that, like in wrestling, bro, just being good in the ring, in the octagon, is not gonna get you to the top. It just is what it is. That's why when I see these fucking wrestling fans who be getting mad because, like, Mustafa Ali asked for a release. I hope Vince McMahon release his ass. Listen, bro. I done said this about Mustafa Ali for the past 2 years. And it ain't nothing personal to Mustafa Ali. And I know some people going to be like, oh, you a WWE fanboy. Well, you right about that, because I've been watching WWE my whole life. But when WWE do stupid shit, I call WWE out for that stupid shit. But see, y'all are just biased, and y'all are just a bunch of bitches, and y'all whine and bitch and complain about everything. Every fucking time a wrestler get released, oh man, WWE mistreated him. Oh, well, how about maybe this motherfucker just wasn't good enough? Because Drew McIntyre admitted he just wasn't good enough the first time around. He didn't get it. He just didn't know how to put it together the first time around. He left and started to figure it out. It's very rare when a wrestler leave WWE the first time around where I'm like, oh yeah, man, WWE. So Braun Strowman and Bobby Lashley was probably the only two guys who I'm like, they probably could have done better. And Bray. But I hated the Fiend, so if Bray, and another thing is, y'all blame these fucking WWE creative for everything. This is not even a WWE. We're not finna get off into that. But just know, when you can't sell on the mic and you can't talk to motherfuckers and sell a story, then that cuts your value in half right there. It just is what it is. Believe it. That's why Brock Lesnar having Paul Heyman for all those years was great, because being Brock, early Brock was talking on his own and shit. But when Brock had Paul, he was the intimidator, and Paul sold you the stories. That's why they were so great together. The Rock, the most electrifying man in wrestling, not just because he was great in the ring, which a lot of people don't talk enough about how The Rock was a great in-ring wrestler. But the motherfucker sold you stories. He electrified you on the mic. He cut great promos, had catchphrases that people use to this day. What? Just like Stone Cold. Come on, baby. But Leon Edwards probably deserved a fight, but Leon Edwards ain't. I'm starting to agree with Dana when the motherfucker say he just not selling. That's one thing I do agree with Dana with. Motherfucker, you can't put Leon Edwards in a main event when the motherfucker, most people wouldn't even know who the motherfucker is because he don't sell. Jorge Masvidal, Kobe Covington was the fight to make. That's the fight I want to see. Now, the problem is, like Chael said, what do you even do with this fight? Like, where is it? It's definitely on a pay-per-view. But, like, how is this got to be on a pay-per-view with no main event that's a title fight, because neither one of these motherfuckers got titles unless bro if Jorge Masvidal put up the BMF title, which seemed that he never put it up since winning it. If he put that up on the line, which I feel like this is a perfect fight to put that shit up for, even though I think Kamaru Usman is the baddest motherfucker. Put that little goofy ass title. It's not goofy right now because it actually gonna mean something between these two motherfuckers. Like, this is what I'm saying. That shit would be lit with this. Either way, I like what Chael said when he said Jorge Masvidal basically accepted a career-ending fight, and I agree, because Jorge Masvidal is nowhere, in my opinion. He is not the MMA tactician that Colby Covington is, which is usually the case when you're dealing with these motherfuckers who great wrestlers. But Colby Covington got a good stand-up game also. It's not Kamaru Usman, but come on. He was tapping up Kamaru in both fights. Colby Covington is second best in the division. It is not even close, in my opinion. To me, it's Kamaru, Colby, everybody else. Dead ass. Like, Colby and Kamaru probably going to end up having a fight again unless Kamaru just somehow miraculously lose one of these fights. And maybe you can put Kamaru Usman and Leon Edwards on that, but you just can't put Leon. It's hard to put Leon in the main event, but you can't give Kamaru Usman. You can't put him on the card and not have him as the main event when he a champion. Because he done main event in his last couple pay-per-views. And done won all of them. So, and like Chael said, I don't want to see this just be a 3-round fight, because he right. Colby Covington can wrestle 2 rounds, win him, and then this fight could just be dead at the end. Like, I don't want to see that. I want these motherfuckers to have to go out there and fight each other. That's why this got to be a 5-round fight. Maybe Dana make an exception or something, man. I don't know. He all about money. Dana is a bitch, though. Dana is a bitch. I just don't like how he be doing people, bro. I don't like how he he always be like, fighters need to get better representation. Man, y'all know Dana tactics. He tell you that your representation bad. He tell you that everybody know the Dana tactics, bro. When fighters trying to get what they worth. But Ngannou done survived all of that shit. My boy gonna beat bruh, get the title, and leave like that fake ass CM Punk motherfucker. I'm telling you, bro. And I like that his contract is basically, he like, yo, if I can't box in other promotions in my next contract, then there is no contract. Point blank, period. Because that motherfucker, I'm trying to tell y'all right now, Ngannou could sign with the WWE, get paid far more than what he make in the UFC, and they would allow him to do boxing because they would want him to be big time. They could probably get him a hookup with Floyd. WWE would sell that shit. That's why they love Brock and Bobby being actual ass kickers in real life outside of WWE. Because not only are they great outside, but they great inside the wrestling ring. So they can sell it to you. But I want to see that fight. That's the fight to make. I said that in my last UFC thing, the Kamaru Usman v Colby Covington review. I said it in that back when we was a podcast. But now I want to go back to the Raiders. Bro, this gonna sound crazy. Well, to some people possibly. I would fire Versace and go out and find a real head coach. I'm just not big on the backup head coach being my head coach, the interim head coach being my head coach. I understand, like, he might have done a decent job, but if you really take a deep dive into the numbers, then you can't really, But the Raiders really didn't play that great. They just was surviving somehow, and these other teams really wasn't playing great either. They got stomped by the teams they was supposed to get stomped by. So, to me, the Raiders need a whole offensive switch. The offensive, now, I heard that Greg Olsen wasn't even calling the plays earlier. Now, that's obvious because Gruden called the plays. But I told you, I didn't think the offense was good enough at no point in time since Derek Carr done been there. Except for that 1 year where it was really more Derek Carr than it was the offense. So, and the pieces around him. But I think they need to go get a Bieniemy. Like, Bieniemy is out there. I do not understand why you would keep Richard Bisaccia if Bieniemy is still out there. Brian Leftwich is legit still out there. Like, I do not understand why you would let these offensive coordinators that are clearly better than what you have stay out there. Like, I do not understand. And I understand some people saying, well, just because they're great at calling plays don't mean they're going to be great leaders of men. Motherfucker, that can apply for every positional coach that you hire as a head coach. Just because he's a great defensive head coach, that don't mean he's going to be a great head coach. I'm forgetting that caveat. You can put that on everybody. Come on, let's not be stupid. It's like they say, stats work for everybody, my boy. They don't play one side. They play the both. They play the fence, my boy. But listen, I think Bieniemy, I've been saying it all fucking year, so, I mean, ever since John Gruden got fired, I've been saying Bieniemy. Now, what they better not fucking do is hire Matt Nagy. Because I got a strong fucking feeling somebody gonna hire Matt Nagy. I don't know why I got that feeling, but I got that feeling. Black Eyed Peas was whack. Now, I know that's gonna be controversial or something. Will.i.am was not whack. Black Eyed Peas to me was whack, but it was a part of my childhood, so what can I say? They played that shit at the skating rink all the fucking time. You a real one if you grew up going to the skating rink. Every summer, every Monday in the summer, I was at the skating rink, baby. And then a little bit later, it was every Tuesday and Monday. And it was one year where we went skating 2 times a week. And then we started loving that bowling, so they started letting us go bowling 2 times a week at this summer camp I went to. I kill some motherfuckers on the lane, bro. I get readjusted real quick. I ain't bowled in a good minute. Don't matter. I get back into the groove of things. I'm like that. I don't need no special ball. None of that. Give me the one where my fingers fit and let's rock. Now, I'm going to tell you something, bro. I went to a bowling alley one time where they don't grease up their lanes, bro. And I don't like that. Kind of fuck up the spin on the ball, bro. Especially when you somebody who like to hit that late spin on it, that late curve in, to get that perfect little strike. It hit it dot in the middle. Yeah, that was kind of throwing me off. I'm like, yo, y'all need to grease up these dry-ass lanes, bro. The one in Durham, bro, the AMF in Durham, bro. Y'all motherfuckers need to grease up them lanes. The whole setup is fly. I like the whole setup. But grease up them fucking lanes, man. It's crazy. Because the north side bowling in Winston, them lanes clean, baby. I wish they would like redo that place, like modernize it some. But they probably never will. That's cool. But I'm just saying, AMF gonna buy your ass out one day. Think about it. They'll buy your shit and the shit beside you so they can just go ahead and put their whole duplex up right there. 30 lane alley. I'm trying to tell you. Probably more than 30, to be honest with you. Probably have about 40 in that motherfucker. I don't know the logistics and all of that. I am not a mathematician. I am not an architect. So do not think too deep into that shit. You dig? Back to the NFL. What's some more shit that happened this week, yo? I think the Raiders still need to hire Bieniemy. But we got the playoffs. I'm not talking about the 2 playoffs. The however fucking many. Derrick Henry, King Henry, he's back. I'm interested to see how he play. I think that I'm not making my predictions in this game, even though I done probably told you who I thought was gonna win that game. Yeah, so fuck it. I'll break it down in the video. But I think the Raiders, because they playing Cincy, I think they're gonna beat Cincy just off a variable. I think he gonna find a way. He gonna coach the fuck up out of that team. I done seen variable beat superior teams, bro. The motherfucker beat the number 1 seeded Ravens a couple years ago, and Lamar's a unanimous MVP season. Mind you, I don't know why all them motherfuckers was dropping all them. Bro, if y'all go look at this highlight clip on Twitter of Lamar Jackson drops in the playoffs, like all the people who done dropped passes for him, bro, this shit is outrageous. For one, it's longer than a minute, so that's when you know you got a anytime a mistake video longer than 20 seconds or like 30 seconds, bro, you got yourself a problem, bro. That's why when Baker's dad released, bro, Darius Butler released a gem when that motherfucker tweeted, "Hey, you got to give Baker Mayfield's dad credit for doing what had to be done." For releasing that video. Hey, my man did what had to be done. He saved his son's career by doing what had to be done. Dad said, "I'll take this bullet, son. I got you." And I respect the fuck out of that. The tweet and Baker Mayfield, Odell's dad. Because that motherfucker, hey, I'm not even going to be the person who cracked the joke and say Baker Mayfield Odell got more completions than Baker do in the playoffs this year. I'm not even going to be that dude, bro. I'm going to tell you something that really irritates me, though. When motherfuckers try to use, like, I saw this dude arguing with a Raven fan today, bro. And it's just insane to me, bro. Because he is I think he was a Browns fan. No, he was a Bills fan. And this dude was talking about, like, his franchise compared to ours and shit. But then he tried to quickly shift it to, like, a current situation. I'm like, I'm looking at this argument, and the dude was basically saying, like, nah, bro, use the whole franchise's career stats, bro. We way better than y'all, so what is you talking to me right now for? Like, over the last, ever since John Harbaugh done got to Baltimore, the Ravens have the fourth most playoff wins, I believe it was. So, what we doing right now, man? Stop coming for my team, bro. Stop coming for my team. It was a weird year. We had a lot of injuries. Lamar, when we lost him, I already knew the season was over. I'm a realist, like I said, not a dumbass. I didn't think we was going to win another motherfucking game. And I picked against us every game after that. I think the only time I picked us to win was probably against the fucking Browns, because the Browns are trash, bro. Let me take that back. The Browns are not trash. Baker Mayfield is trash. Baker Midfield is trash. Excuse me. That motherfucker was probably curled up on Emily's lap with his finger in his mouth, whole hand in his mouth, slobbing down his mouth, looking at Odell score them touchdowns. And bro, I can't understand for the life of me why this motherfucker Skip Bayless hate Odell so much, bro. It's really unprofessional at this point. Well, it been unprofessional, but this dude's hate for Odell is just, it's really disgusting, bro. And I hate that he can get on TV and get paid to be that disgusting to a player. Because when I talk about Baker Mayfield, bro, I just keep it on the field, bro. Straight up. I tell you why he's successful when he's successful. The fact of the matter is Baker done shown us he trash. Odell done shown us he can be one of the best receivers, because Odell has been the best receiver in the league at a point in time. Baker Mayfield has not at no point in time in his career been even a top 5 quarterback in the NFL, bro. A top 10 quarterback. That motherfucker was trying to cap saying last year he was a top 10. No, he wasn't, bro. Motherfucker was beating bad teams and then was losing to bad teams. Lost to the Jets. The Jets. Like, come on, bro. Y'all. The unbelievable levels of cap that y'all are willing to go to support y'all motherfucking homie Baker, bro. It's unbelievable, bro. It made me think that y'all motherfuckers is... I'm not going to say that. I don't want to get canceled. No, it wasn't going to be nothing homophobic, though. I'm just telling you that right now. It's not. It wasn't never going to be nothing like that. Just go ahead and get that thought out your head if that was entering it. I don't go down that path. I can tell jokes without having to do that. I'm not saying people who, because I know some people be like, that's what I'm saying, Dave Chappelle, they have to say that. You didn't have to watch it. That's how I'm rocking. Am I going to end this right now? Am I going to end the show right now? What? I said, am I going to end it right now? What? I said, am I going to cut the shit off right now? What? I can't keep doing this with you, but they're going to be like, this motherfucker be talking to himself. Not going to keep doing it. What? I'm not crazy, though, bro. Maybe I am. I mean, you calling me that won't offend me, I promise you. Bro. I've been seeing a lot of people complain about the playoffs, that extra game and that extra seed. And I just wish these people who get on TV and paid to do their jobs, these jobs, would do their fucking jobs. Bro, stop taking the easy route out, bro. Just do some homework. It don't take you no time to realize the reason that this season had bad teams in the playoffs was because of circumstances that are you cannot just, it just happened. Good teams got ravaged by injuries. The Saints are a playoff team, but Jameis tore his Achilles or ACL in the beginning of the season, like the third or fourth game in. They lost him for the majority of the season. You cannot get mad about the only team that you can truly be mad about not making it to the playoffs is the Colts. That's it. And maybe them not making it showed us what they truly was. So maybe we can't be mad. But you got to understand, the Ravens had all these injuries. From the get-go, they lost multiple starters. The Panthers are a team that was usually in the playoffs until Matt Rule got here. So that don't even count. I just wanted to take a shot at Matt Rule, bitch ass. But comparing the Panthers to these good teams, that's usually good teams, would be like comparing saying the Giants is usually a good team. Nah, B. They're not. And I don't like taking that type of shot because some of my homies is Panther fans. But they don't like that motherfucker Matt Rule either, so we good. But, like. But I don't like how this shit been going down, bro. Let's just say that. Somebody gonna be like, that motherfucker forgot his thought, and you would be correct. I forgot what the fuck I was talking about again. Now somebody gonna be like, man, this dude needs to stop smoking. Calm down, bro. Mind your business. But I appreciate you for tuning in. I do. Love you for that. So you know what? Don't mind your business. Judge me. But click the like button too and subscribe if you're gonna do that. Don't do me like that. If you're gonna talk shit, at least give me some love and then talk shit. But pause. But like I'm saying, it don't take these analysts nothing to do their fucking jobs and realize most of the good teams that's good was just hurt this year. The Seahawks are a playoff team on a regular basis. Russell Wilson got hurt. Now the team was playing bad early still, but they would have figured it out if Russell Wilson was healthy for the majority of the season, bro. You're not going to convince me otherwise. This is the first time Russell Wilson has missed the playoffs in his career, so miss me with that. The Ravens would have made the playoffs if not for the injuries. You know what I mean, it is what it is. Now I don't understand the Chargers. I think yes I do. Brandon Staley coached them out of the playoffs, which the Chargers happen on a regular basis. So really I can't use them either, because if you really look at it, and it's not even that they be coaching themselves out. I do think that they had poor coaching the last couple years, but Phillip Rivers ain't dodging this bullet. Phillip Rivers, like that dude said, at some point in time we're gonna have to have an honest discussion about why y'all keep giving this dude Phillip Rivers so many passes for not accomplishing or not even reaching a Super Bowl, bro. And towards the end of his Chargers career, motherfuckers was missing the playoffs all the time because he kept throwing it to the other team in big games, bro. Nobody ever talk about it. He gonna make the first ballot Hall of Fame somehow, just because of them numbers. But y'all judge Lamar Jackson on all this team accolades, bro. Shout out to Heavy Spoilers. It's all connected. But now we is done. Now we have come to the, hey, this was really fun. We hope you liked it too. Seems like, can I get DMCA for that, bro? I'm not finishing it, bro. When suddenly okay, I'm not finishing the rest. But listen, I appreciate the moon, the We'll be waiting for you to come back. Alright, I appreciate you for joining me on another episode of Kicking It with Saint. We don't say podcast no more. We rebranded, bro. We rebranded. This was a great episode, bro. And I got another heater coming out because I got to do the breakdown video. I haven't, at the time of recording this one, I haven't even uploaded my one for the Saints. For the Rams and Cardinals game. And I saw somebody tweet the other day. They was like, why would you willingly be watching First Things First? And that is a great statement. Like that, I strongly agree with that tweet, because I do not willingly watch First Things First. I'll be rolling down YouTube and they'll recommend, like, so I guess it is willing, but I'll never watch a full show. Hell, I don't even watch the full clips most of the time, because they just lose me at like the 2-minute mark sometimes, most of the time. Now, granted, I don't even watch the shit most of the time on most of their topics, to be honest with you. I prefer to watch that shit with Marcellus and Acho. Now, some people gonna be like, oh man, that's because they black. I mean, if they was saying goofy shit, I wouldn't watch them either. Well, I guess that's untrue too, because Emmanuel Acho be saying some goofy shit. But that's when he talking about Baker. Because I actually think Marcellus be saying more goofy shit. But Acho, man, I don't know, man. Them dudes say equally goofy shit. But they pay, so hey, respect. That's what I want to be when I grow up. But listen, bruh, I appreciate you for joining me. What? On another episode of Kicking It with Saint. What? I hope you have a dope night. What? A dope day. What? And a dope motherfucking afternoon. What? Tell somebody you fuck with them. Tell somebody you love them. I fuck with y'all, man. I love y'all. I love you, B. I love you, baby. Had to get that last one out, baby. Baby. Saint out, man. Saint out. Y'all, I'm tripping.
You ready to make history? Come on now. Yeah. You know, there's these two words. And when I say them, people get goosebumps because they know. They know what happens next. So without further ado, free smoke.